She holds grace in her hands like water. I am the slips in her hands that can't keep the water in. What I mean is, I am the reason her grace runs out so quickly. But time and time again, she gets on her knees, cups her hands together, bends down, and fills them back up again. This is the process that's been going on since the day I was born. February 13th, 1993, born a few weeks early, but just in time, she was nowhere near ready for me. God created me like fires create sparks, wild and unpredictable. You think you have all the sparks put out so nothing catches fire, only to turn around and see that everything has caught fire. What I mean is, when I was 7, I set my bangs on fire. And then again, when I was 8, never asked me to blow out candles if it's not my birthday, but back to the sparks. God created me like fires create sparks. I am full of more than what can be seen. Can create more than what is seen, but the thing is, it seems that she has seen it all along. She taught me how to be strong, made sure that no boy ever got too much attention, never failed to mention how pretty I was, or how smart I was. Every day she would remind me that there is nothing in this world that could ever stop her from loving me, and that was the first time I saw Jesus face to face. I just didn't know it yet. Fast forward some years later, I was rebellious, ridiculous, outrageous. Some call me brave, but most would call me dumb. We got into our fair share of fights. I tried to escape at 14, and she followed me. What I mean is, we shared a room, a bed, the air, and I hated it. Oftentimes, I would try to escape, but at 14, I had nowhere to go. At 15, she took me to an all-white church, and it's noted to say that I hated this church, but I went, and they took me away from home. They were my escape, except I wanted to escape from my escape because, I mentioned that they were all white people, but one day they showed me love, like the real kind of love, and they told me about love, like the real kind of love, that a man hung on a tree for me kind of love, that he saw all my junk and still hung there for me kind of love. Then they said that there was nothing I could do to ever make him stop loving me, and I saw my mom. I saw my mom in Jesus. I saw Jesus in my mom, and I get back home and I learned that my mother has loved me since 1993. But she has prayed for me far more than I can ever count. When I was 15, I realized that I didn't deserve my mom and she didn't deserve a kid like me, so I asked for a heart change and got everything replaced. I learned what it meant to love through discipline, learned that my mom has loved me through even my darkest of times, and don't get me wrong, it was hard, and even to this day we still have our moments because, maybe I'm still a little prideful. But prideful or humble, she loves me, and she is all that I have ever wanted to be, and most of what I could never be. She brought me up the only way she could, and that was more than enough. Day after day, she apologizes because she thinks I could have had better, and she blames herself because she thinks I should have had better, but she is my better, never worse. She has lived the book of Job and not just a verse, and she constantly reminds me of the woman I'm supposed to be, and while she is staring in the distance, speaking life over me, I stare at her because she is the only woman I have ever so desperately wanted to be. So today, I celebrate 23 years on this earth. But what kind of celebration would it be if we didn't celebrate the woman who gave birth to me? Thank you, Mom, for 23 years of pouring constantly and giving constantly. When I look at you, I see more than I could ever say. But today is still my birthday, so I'm going to go celebrate. Thanks, Mom.